This is my review for the West Bend juice extractor. This is a very, very powerful machine, and if you were looking for cold pressed juice, this is something you would want to look for. It works great. It's I'll take this apart in here in a second and show you, but it has this crank on the inside. We've used this for quite a few years now, so it's a little, it gets dirty in there, and even though you clean it well, you still have some residue, but it has this crank in here that pushes what you're putting in there. So whether you're putting in there fruit, you put in there vegetables, it's going to push it down through here, and it's going to push it through this filtration system, and because of that, it's going to push out what you don't want into the right side here, and what you do want, the nice fresh juice, will come out here, and I'll do an example of that here in a second. So it's very powerful. You just turn it to the right here, and I'll turn that crank on, and then what we're going to do here is we put just the fruit or whatever we're going to do. I'm going to make a green juice here in a second. You put it in there, and then it's going to process through. Now there is a piece up here that protects you from dropping things into your juice. I don't know where that is right now. I misplaced it, but it's not needed. Just gotta make sure you get it in there and not drop it. Now it has a reverse feature right here, so if you go to the left, it'll reverse, and basically that'll help you to unclog something. So if something gets stuck in there, you can reverse it and take it out. Other than that, it's very simple to use, and let me take these pieces off and show you what it looks like. And it's very easy to take out. So I'm just gonna move this here. This piece here, you can push this button in, and I'm going to turn it to the right, and it's going to release that from the main system. And then we just twist it, pulls right out. Okay, then we have the whole system here. This just rotates to the right, like this. That comes out. Here's your filtration. And here's that crank I was telling you. It's very powerful, that pushes everything through. And then put it back in. You just push it in here. Put your filter in, and the top. Put it on the sideways here, twist it over, and then we're just going to take it, put it back in here on the angle, turn it counterclockwise this time, and it locks in. So that's all ready to go. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna cut up some vegetables, and let's go ahead and make a green juice, and I can show you how this works. All right, so I cut up a few things here. I have some green apple, a little bit of pineapple, some celery, carrots, and zucchini. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna turn this on here, and it starts going, and we're just gonna start putting some things in there. So I'll start with some celery. You'll see how it just goes in there and breaks it down, and then it'll start putting out the juice right there. So as it's going in, and a lot of times, see, I'm not even having to use the thing to push down, because it's just taking it and going right in. All right, so that's going in nicely there. And if it does start having an issue, then I'll get the black thing here, and it's just a matter of just pushing it down a little bit, and you just push it and it goes in there. All right, so that's the celery. Break down some carrots. Once that just chops it right up, you'll start seeing the juice now turn a little bit orange. I try not to put too much stuff in there, because you don't want to get clogged up. You hear it's starting to struggle a little bit. It's because it's breaking down some really thick pieces of food right now. So celery was a little bit easier, but notice it's still doing its job. Next, I'll put in there some of the zucchini. Zucchini is a little bit softer, so you'll see that'll break down very nicely and go in there. And like I said, as you need to, you just get your black thing here, and just give it a push down and help it go down in there, and then it'll go and work itself through. Next, let me put some apple in there, and see how this goes right down there. Starts breaking it down. And as we're doing all this, see how the juice is coming out nicely. The extract's coming over here. A lot of times I'll just turn this to the side, so we don't want to get it to overfill. Pushing that down there, and then the very last thing we need to do is the pineapple. I'll put the pineapple in there. And the pineapple is really soft, so you'll see that this needs to be pushed down, and it'll take care of it. So at the very end here, it's going to use the black piece, push it all the way in there, and then just like that, it's finishing up. And then what you do is just let it drain a little bit to get all the juice out of there, and then once it almost stops, so we can then turn it off, and let's get that juice put in a glass, see what it tastes like. What's nice about these is you see it has a little pour top on it, so you just kind of use that, pour it into your glass right there. And because I use those carrots, so much for it to be green juice, right? But let me go ahead and give that a taste. Oh, absolutely delicious. Oh, too bad. The limitations of video, you can't actually taste that, is absolutely delicious. So anyway, this is the West Bend Juicer. After this now, he's got to take this apart. You can wash it in the dishwasher, you can wash it in the sink. I find I do it in the sink is better, because then you can scrub this out and do a better job. But it is dishwasher safe, BPA free, you can do all that. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this product and you get good use out of it. And thank you for watching my review.